we'll be looking at the transformations. Right? We've seen that the character case got altered. And then time characteristics got these. And if Q has got these, yeah? Let's see them practically. Then we'll get on to the start date routine numbers. First I'll give the start routine. No. So this is what the transformations you build in here. Yeah? You know this, right? You know how to build transformations, but we're getting into details of this. Now this is my source object, and this is my target object. Now in this case, my source object is what? Data source. And the target object is Q. So since my source field is the target object, it's got the field names. Since my target object is info Q, it has got the info object names. Now, with the help of this transformations, I'll have to perform mapping between these. Which field in the source object has to fit and which info in my target. Okay? And case by case now. Now let me get into one by one. Task number, right click, say what? Role details. Okay, you can just give something, mapping of stock underscore number. Some name you can just give. Not mandatory, but we just give it. Now, your target, this is your target info object. What is 0 task underscore number? Now what I want to have is, for this, I have a scenario where there is a source field which is giving me document number. I am happy with the straight away what is coming from source. Now here I will select what source. Now I can go with either of this constant, direct assignment, formula what do you go with? What? Direct assignment. Fine. For direct assignment, what is the source field you would like to use? What will go? Add. What is source field? This field is going to give me the sales order document number, which I need to must keep it. So select the source. So now this source field we start feeding into this target because of this direct action, check transfer rules. That's it. Okay, this is how it is. Yeah? It is as good as drag and drop this. Say for example, I delete and then I can just drag and drop. It's all the same. I can also test this out, rule details. Yeah. Here there's something called testing. Instead of debugging, I can test it here. If I give this value, what would be the outcome of this? Source field is sales document, result is sales document number. For example, I give 7722. What will be your result? It takes here. That's because it is direct assignment. So I can do testing here. Okay. Done. I'm finding this. Next, employee name here. Now here, I am assuming that my employee name, what is coming from source, could have lowercase letters. So I would like to convert it uppercase and then take it. So I want to build up a formula. So first, what you do is, before you go to formula, just specify what source field you would like to use in this formula. Add. What is the source field which is giving me the name? Created by. Okay? So this is a source field I would like to use. If I just leave it as direct assignment, what happens? The same value will get into this info. Okay? I don't know the same, I want to modify it to uppercase. So what I'll do, I'll drop down this, set it to select as what? Formula. Then it does take me to the formula editor. If you look at this in the formula editor, you will have operands, functions, and operators. In the operands, I am able to use only created by. Why not others? Because I have not added that in the source field. So if you're trying to build formulas for 2 or 3 fields, you must specify all those 3 or 4 source fields, then get to the formulas. Okay? Then I'll just say for field. So did you find any difference in writing formula? For EMP names, some name here. You didn't find any difference, I can test it here. It's a rule test. If you do something like this, it converts everything to uppercase. Okay, fine. That's the next mapping. Next, document type. What I want is, I don't want to consider, for this case, I don't want to consider the document type what is coming from source. Irrespective of the value what is coming from source, I would like to take in a constant value for this document type. Let's say as this, I'll say drop down. For specific constant, I don't need any source because I'm not considering any value from the source. So I don't have to specify any source. Straight away drop down, select the constant. Let's ask you what is the constant value. Let's say I want to give it as ZCQS. This is the value I want to take. For all the records, we will take it as what? ZCQS. If you want, you can specify this something. Mapping of doc type. So this is how you get the mapping name. Okay. Clear this? So formula, constant, direct mapping, yeah. Then billing status. Yeah. For billing status, I have some logic here. I would like to take the same billing status what is coming from source. Okay, that is fine. But if it is blank, if the billing status what is coming from source, if it is blank, I would like to take in as, let's say, Z. That's my result. If it is not blank, I would like to assign the same value to the my target object. But if it is blank, I would like to go with what? Z. So I would like to implement an if condition. I can go with formula or I can go with routine also. But I would like to use routine. So first of all, specify the source field what do you want. What is the billing status here? Calculate by now. This is billing status. BILLSTS here. So this is a source field I'm going to use in my logic. Yeah? That's only field. Suppose you are trying to build a routine where you want to use multiple fields, you can add up multiple fields and write the logic. Now drop down, I'll say it as what? Routine. It does take to the evaluating screen. Same like 3.x will have result. You perform all the logic, assign back the resulted value to result, that will get into my target object. So now, if you're writing, assume if you're writing a routine in 3.x, how do you update rules? Yeah? How do you write it? Common resource structure, I think because you are referring to the field from communication structure. But now, if it is 7, I am referring to the field from source object, source field. Yeah? So now if you go top, it will be having it. By default, you will have something called source underscore fields. You will have something called source underscore field, which is already defined in the code of this type. What is underscore POS underscore SC1 W from this? We can see what is the difference. Remove this S underscore SC1. Go top. This P now here it is. Is it underscore POS underscore SC1? This is begin. This is the definition of the structure. This is begin of structure, end of structure. Between this, they have defined only one field. What is it? This is the name of the field. Why there is only one field in this structure? Why not multiple fields? We expect only those source fields. Now select this. Now start writing your code. See? Yes. Source underscore fields icon billing status is initiated. But essentially, if it is blank, what is it you want to the result here? Now, instead of fixed constant as Z here. Else, if it is not blank, what do you want me to take? Else, result equal to what? If it is not blank, what should go to the result? The same what is coming from source. How do you refer to the value what is coming from source? Source underscore field icon fields. I think it should not create any complexity. But the only thing is, instead of you just replacing the word try underscore structure or cow underscore structure with what? Source underscore rest all code with the same word. Not making it. Okay, Rose? Let's say that's how you can implement it. I can again test that routine here. Not mandatory, but can still give some description. I can test the routine here. Blank is what there, it will take what? Z. So if you give it as A, if you give it as A and from it, it takes it. That is how the test that. We didn't have this option of testing the rule in three-part text. Transform. This is how you can implement the routine here. Next, I want to go with delivery status rule now. And I want to do the same way for this delivery status here also. Yeah? What is the delivery status field I want to use? This is a source field. Okay. I would like to write a routine, or now this way. This time I'll go with formula to implement the if condition. If delivery status is blank or whatever it is, it's formula. I'll use this if condition. If delivery status is equal to if it is equal to blank, then what is that you want to take? String, I want to take it as Z. And if it's not blank, what it should take? It will take the same delivery status. If it is blank, it takes it that way, and syntax is fine. Go back. At the implementation, you can implement it here like this and test it. Z here okay, was fine. I can go with that. Then sales org, I have a different requirement. I want to implement this logic for the sales org, what we implemented in 3.x removal, the replacement of the sales org. From the source, I'm getting the old sales org, and I would like to replace them with the new ones. And which is the table? Now this table is giving me, the P table is giving me what is the old one and what is the new one. Yeah? So this is the old one. For each of this old one, you know what is the new one, new value to be replaced. So based on the incoming sales org, I must read data from this table, pick up the new one and feed that into my queue. 3.x range is now same thing I want to do it. Okay. What is the source field I use in writing routine? Or sales org. So the incoming source field, the sales org I'm going to use, and apply the select statement, and then get the result and put that into my value. So drop down, selected what? Routine. I'm going to write a select statement here. Select single. What is that you want to select from this database table? What is it? This one? SAP sales org. Yes. Select single SAP sales org. From which table? From what? From database table. And whatever I collect, yeah? Whatever I collect, I must put that into variable because it is going to return a single value. So into, let's say, LV underscore SORG. Now, should I declare this variable at the top? Insert it for global declaration. Data LV underscore SORG. Type what? Type same as this, right? It is this data element to define this. Okay, boss? Anything you can do, some same director. Into this, and to have where clause here, to be written. Where the mainframe sales org is equal to what? Equal to the sales org what is coming from source. How do you refer to the sales org coming from source? Source underscore field hyphen. What was the field name? Field source is this, yeah. And one more condition. And I want to refer only the entries where object version is active. Yeah. So what you content this here? Because object version could be A or M. I want to refer to the records only where object version is A. Because why I'm explicitly putting that, because when you say select single, your where clause must be on the complete primary key, otherwise no. Otherwise single will not be allowed. Now what is the primary key on this table? Both these two. So you must have where clause on these two, only then select single will work, otherwise single will not. Because only when you have where clause on a complete primary key, it has written only one record. That's where I can use single, otherwise. Then I will just check if it is able to get the rate. How to check this here? If size subbar is equal to 0. If it is able to read it successfully, then what should I put in result first? LV underscore sales org. And if I'm not able to get anything from the table, I will try to put something. Instead of leaving it blank, I will just say result equal to 9999 something. The one for which it doesn't, or I can say some that could be some business logic. I get to read data from the table. If it doesn't find any corresponding info from the table, instead of leaving it blank, I'm just trying to fill it work. 0007. That's what the logic is. Okay. Except here being replacing with source and the did you find anything change in the routine first? Okay. And in the next session, I'm going to say again how did we change the transfer routine by instead of reading it directly. If I do the routine, it does execute for every record by record. Every record I'm going to read the database. Instead of doing this, what I'll do again? I'll use start routine, fill internal table, then I'll in the next case will. For example, I can test this routine. If I give the incoming sales org as 1000, it will do the selection, it will show me. Okay, it's not okay. That's fine. We can debug the transpose, and then I'm okay with the group. So it's like direct mapping is as good as dragging this and drag. Okay, sales always okay. Division I'm fine. Where is the division? Division I'm fine, and then so distribution channel. Let's say I want to go with some constant. Yeah? Constant say AA. I want to take some picture value. And then Kunnar, I would like to take the same Kunnar what is coming from Kunnar, and then Calday, the same what is coming from my source, and then amount I just want to divide this by 2 and then take it. I'm going to use the region. I got example for that also. No. Because this is the mask rate of which one? ZM SR here. And what is your info bit here? 0 sales org. If you are referring the attribute of 0 sales org, then I could have used read mask rate of this. If you want to fill based on mask rate of sales org, then I could have used read mask. But I'm not filling the mask rate of. I'm not filling the value from the mask rate of my sales org. I'm filling it from the mask rate of some other object. So I cannot use read mask rate. Now amount, basically now for amount I want to currency convert. Let's finish up the topic so it will be covered. For amount, let's say I want to do currency conversion here. I don't, okay. For currency conversion, we use some standard tables in the backend. Means, let us assume you want to convert one value from one currency to another currency. What all you need to know? First of all, you need to have all the list of currencies which are supported. Then we need to have some exchange rate which is supported between from currency to two currencies. We need to have the exchange rates. The same, right? అర్థమవుతుంది బాగా చెప్తాను. customer, I'm okay with direct mapping. Cal time, okay with direct mapping. For amount, I would like to do some conversion, currency conversion. I'll make sure all my data in the source is in INR, and I'll try to convert that, or let's say USD to Euro not. Let me just check. All my exchange rates would be in a table called key curve. How ఎలా వస్తాయి ఎప్పుడు వస్తాయి we'll discuss that later. But I'll tell you. Let me just find some data. INR to USD, I have something in 2001. So I'll try to use some date before that. December 2000 అట్లా వాడతాను. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఉంది. So in this table clearly says for this exchange rate type M from INR to USD, which is valid as of this date. What is it? /46 slash అంటే actually అది divided by అన్నారు. ఇక్కడ పెట్టుకుంటుంది కొన్ని బ్లాంక్ ఉంటుంది కొన్ని స్లాష్ ఉంది ఇట్ హస్ డివైడెడ్ INR divided by this value will get the result in dollars. అది మన కాన్సెప్ట్ క్లియర్ ఓకే. సో నౌ వాట్ ఐ వాంట్ ఇస్ ఇది వాడదాం somewhere. So from Jan 1st 2001 it is valid. Okay, I'll try to use this rate and convert my values. So for that, what you do is, first we have used a key code called RS curve. By using RS curve, I create something called conversion type. In this conversion type, I determine what is my source currency, what is my target currency, what exchange rate type has used. All those details I give in this. 001 is sample conversion. Okay, and what is the exchange rate type? I want to use M. M is standard average rate. This is where they determine what type of exchange rate they want to use. Fixed rate or average rate, no currency. Now because when you want to currency, you must have source currency, target currency, and type. What is my source currency? Fixed this formula, you have multiple options. Now, if you look at the transformations, I have this amount field, and do you have a currency column here? Yes, there is a currency column which is giving. So the incoming currency should be my source. Yeah? Yes or no? Or I can say fixed currency is what? INR, and target currency I want to convert it to what? Fixed currency is USD. Okay, what? And then with reference time reference, I will say it's not current rate. specify my own date. I'll just give some date which should be valid on that 01/01/2001 from government. Other date is fine. And save. This is my conversion type where I said a date source is targeting and this. Now what I'll do, I'll go to my transformations. I'll go to my amount. Okay. Now I'll say I'll add the source field. What is the source field here? I've got amount. Amount has got reference of currency field, and this currency has to go into zero currency, amount has to go to amount. But I want to currency conversion here. So target currency is so and so, source currency is so and so. But now I say I want to it's a direct mapping now. Same value, but I want to currency drop down. I say what? From conversion. What is the conversion you want to use? 001. Okay, was fine. And when you're doing this, should I inform it better? 0 amount. 0. Got to give the informed address. Then it's all. Okay, so with this I'm doing currency conversion. No, the customer will that's the topic. Then count, I want to have constant as for key here also we can put constant 1 here because we never had this in 3.6. And then region. Now the logic of this region is I want to fill this region by performing lookup to the customer master. I have a customer number coming from the source. Based on the customer, I want to look up to the master and then fill it. Is it similar to your master data put out? How do I do this? Add the source field. What is this? Customer. Whenever you want to go with read master data bus, as soon as you specify the field, you must give the infobit to which it will be connected to. What is that infobit? BMW Kunnaru. And the mapping infobit Japan. BMW, you must give that information to which this field is connected to. Now drop down, save us, read master data. Automatically it takes it. From the attribute of what? Kunnaru. Okay, save. That is what read master is. You specify the source field what you want and put the infobit assignment as to be put. Then set the read mode, read master data, then it takes care of it. Then cal month, all this now. Now I want to feed all this cal month, all this with the cal date. So it will take care of what? Autumn time conversion. You just drag this cal date. Did we have this in 3.x also? Prediction, or when you see the mapping of cal, now cal day is still mapped to what? Cal month, but does not see direct mapping, it says what? Time characteristic, kilowatt. Automatic time conversion. Clear? So this is how I want to. So now I think you should be comfortable in doing mappings in 7 also. Now we'll try to trigger the data load with this map and see what. Then we'll see how do we debug those routines. And same example, we'll try to implement the start routine and the next. How many of you feel it complex or how many of you feel it easy? If you know 3.x, this should not be the answer. I'm just deleting all the data in the cube so that I load new data. Because see, now once you load data to the cube and then you change your transformation, will it affect the data what is already loaded? Yes or no? So I've got 10 records, I load it to my cube. After loading successfully into the cube, then I'll change my transformation. Will this change the transformation affect the data what is already loaded? No. Only when the reprocess through the new transformation, it affects the data. I'm deleting and loading. Let me check, do we have it? Yes. I don't have to run the info file, I can just run my Okay, so I won't run the DD because I already have it in the PSA. I don't have to run my info package. Because my transformations get executed when you load from PSA to target, when you run your DD. Source underscore please. This is our code again. Select this and set breakpoint. Once you insert breakpoint, you get the manager to queue. Monitor of this request. This one way of doing, and then save it. Keep working. So the same request, it will again execute the same request again in the simulate mode, okay, and save out, execute. See, it will process the same request again in the simulate mode, get to the debug. And I can test it here. So for first recovery, now billing status is blank, so you input result as what? Z, F5, F5. Now result gets at what? Z. F5 will stop the next break file. Now here check what is my source sales arm is what? 9001. So when it does look up, let's see what is the value it gets in the LV value selected. There is nothing. When the LV value doesn't get up, then it gets into what? Result will be what? 000. Or you can go to classic debugger and debug the remove breakpoint and finish. When you press F8, it does remove those breakpoints, just click on those breakpoints and then it removes it and then gives it. This is one way of debugging, okay? Suppose if you want debug at the time of loading it, what you can do is, you can go to your DTP, yes, drop down, select as what? See the direct process for debug and simulate. Here also you can just tell what is this value, result equals to F5, and then it does take the result. F8, next. This is what we have entered into the simulate mode. This is how you can debug your routines in 7. Clear this? We'll stop it here. So tomorrow in the next class we'll focus mainly on same logic implementing with through start routine and end routines. Okay, what's fine?